All right, we should be good. All right, we should be live here any moment.
Fuck Comcast. Suing them for emotional pain. They hurt me.
This says offline.
Nah, don't wait for what culture? Fuck them. We're here.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Had to reset my internet. Fucking Comcast. So where were we?
I don't know.
Lio Rush versus Oni Lorcan. That's what it was.
I'm angry. Why does nobody respect Oni Lorcan in this fucking industry?
It's because he's always yelling.
I don't care. I'm going to make that dramatic readings video of his tweets.
I think you should.
I think I will.
So,
Fireplace
great match here between Oni Lorcan and Lio Rush.
Fantastic. Also, hey, welcome back, Lio Rush.
Yeah, I haven't seen him since, what, right after Mania?
Yeah, since that Bobby shit. My man.
So Morrow on commentary said that Rush had more issues than a magazine. I was like, damn. So Lorcan rushed into an attack on Rush at the bell. Lorcan with a blockbuster got an early near fall, seconds into the match. Rush soon fired up with the tope suicida. Terrifica. Rush kept his fire and kept up the pace as he flew all around the ring. Lorcan cut him off, though, and he started working over the knee of Lio Rush. Lorcan with a deadlift gut wrench into a powerbomb netted him a 2 count. Lorcan, moments later, locked in a Lance Storm-style half crab on the knee that he's been working on. Rush fought free and chopped him down. Lorcan then gave him a scoop slam that actually was believable to be almost a 3 count.
Lorcan's God.
So Rush hit a springboard. This was nice. So Rush gets like thrown into the ropes, but he's like running forward. You would think, okay, he's gonna turn his back to bounce, but instead, he's running at the ropes and he jumps, bounces himself off of the bottom rope, back at Oni Lorcan and hits him with a stunner. That was nice. I've never seen that before.
They're great.
So Rush goes for a frog splash and misses it, sold the knee as he landed hard. Lorcan then powerbombed him and applied a half crab again. Rush escaped the half crab, but Lorcan locked it in for a 3rd time. He transitioned it into a modified STF. Rush struggled to escape, and he eventually got his foot on the ropes to break the hold. Rush then fired up as they traded chops, and Oni Lorcan chopped the hell out of Lio Rush. You can see when he chopped him like right on his like left pectoral, and you see he hits him, and you see all that sweat just fly off. He hit him so hard.
I love a nice fucking like just chop.
So finally, at one point, Oni Lorcan goes to run at Lio Rush, and Rush hits him with a running Spanish fly, jumps to the top rope, hits the frog splash, and pins him to become the #1 contender. Then we go to our main event. It was Matt Riddle versus Killian Dane in a street fight that ended in a no contest because even though it was a street fight, they wouldn't let these guys continue. Like, why are their security breaking them up if it's a street fight? I get it. The quote-unquote locker room interfered, but this was straight out of ECW.
I thought it was cool. Fuck yeah. There's nothing wrong with ECW.
No.
W. I agree. Jesus Christ.
Dang. So
don't act up, kids.
So Dane
teaches you not to act up.
So Dane ambushed Riddle with a bell, but Riddle threw him around with a couple suplexes. Dane blocked a Broton, and then it spilled to the outside. And Matt Riddle hit a nice delayed German suplex on Killian Dane.
Matt Riddle's literally got... I've never seen God and Matt Riddle in the same room at the same time.
So they spill to the outside. Killian Dane gets a kendo stick, and he goes to swing it at Matt Riddle. And Matt Riddle does this nice, like, grab it with his arm, but then, like, spin his body up and under it to avoid it kind of deal. And then he hits Killian Dane with some shots. They then spill into the crowd before they spill into the backstage area. They're fighting in the back before they fight out by the production trucks. So as they're fighting out by the production trucks, you see these people start to scatter, and you notice there's a table with 3 people sitting there. I couldn't tell exactly who at first, but they're like not even fazed by this. So they start fighting, and they spill onto this little metal table. And again, they're still not phased, and you realize, oh, that's Walter. Walter doesn't care about anything. So finally, Walter gets up and just like...
Is that Walter? Is that Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, in disguise?
So Walter gets mad because he now has to get up. And so he goes and tries to choke out Matt Riddle. Then Imperium comes, and they attack Matt Riddle. Street Profits come to try and save Riddle. Then we just get all these guys. Pete Dunne, just a bunch, too many people to even know who's who. Forgotten Sons are out there. And they're fighting in the back. And finally, Riddle and Dane separate themselves and they get back into the arena. So I'm like, okay, that was cute. Just really quick seeing everybody brawl.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
But as Riddle and Dane start to make their way back to the ring, all of a sudden, all the guys that were brawling with them continue brawling with them. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
they're coming with. I thought it was just a cool thing. We were going to see all these guys fighting in the back, but then they go back to the ring to finish their match. Mm-hmm. But that's not what happened. All these guys started brawling with them. Some of them jumped in the ring. Some of them didn't jump in the ring. They're fighting at ringside. We see all these different people. We see security come down to try and break things up. Killian Dane clears the ring at one point. He then hits a suicide dive through the ropes onto like 5 people at ringside. Then the camera pans out. We see the logo at the bottom right-hand corner telling us that the show's ending. And you see Matt Riddle with somebody trying to put on a Kimura lock as Mauro Ranallo tells us goodbye. And that was NXT.
NXT was great. I think this first show, I give it an A+.
Way better than what we had been seeing over the last couple of months from NXT.
Mm-hmm. Great way for them to introduce themselves into the USA Network. I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
I'm liking everything that they showed tonight. I'm really excited to see how NXT progresses from here.
So after the show went off the air, Triple H and William Regal came out, and William Regal did state that next week we will be getting Killian Dane and Matt Riddle again, but the winner will move on to an NXT Championship match against Adam Cole. Also, we do know for next week it will be Keith Lee and Donovan Dijakovic.
Donovan Dijakovic. I don't even know what his name is. Jesus Christ, that man's insane.
Who knows? It should just be Donovan Dijak.
Just be name retracted.
He should be Donovan Dijak still.
God damn.
But that was NXT. And...
I mean...
Did the what?
I didn't really have much.
Well, I mean... So earlier you mentioned Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to WrestleVotes, there's a good chance that Vic Joseph will be the main commentator on Raw going forward after the draft. But did you hear who his partner may be?
No, who?
Dio Madden, the former Brennan Williams.
How about no?
Yeah, this guy was just thrown on commentary for the first time last week on 205 Live.
Yeah, how about, and hear me out, and I can't stress this enough, absolutely the fuck not.
And here's my thing. I think it should be Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. And I know they want to have separate announcers on different shows, but here's the thing. Nigel can do NXT and Raw because they're both on the USA Network. It's not like he's working for USA and working for Fox. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about this Dio Madden guy. I don't even know why they would have changed his name. Brendan Williams was an okay name.
The only Dio I need is Ronnie James Dio.
Who?
Fuck off. Do you not know Dio? Die. Fuck you. Rainbow in the Dark? You kidding me? Die. Did you never play Guitar Hero?
Not a lot.
Just a rainbow in the dark. Fuck you. Look him up. He's the greatest fucking guitar player of all time. One of them.
Interesting. But another thing I did want to touch on before we wrap things up. was the upcoming draft.
Draft. Who's going to war?
Well, apparently,
Yeah,
WWE
apparently.
in
AEW.
multiple different ways. They're going to war with themselves and AEW. So we're getting this draft that WWE actually let Fox announce during football.
Yeah.
So if you guys are unaware, during I think it was Cleveland Browns game on Sunday, they announced that the draft was coming for the WWE on SmackDown. And apparently, from what I've heard, that was not an accident, because within 20 minutes of that announcement on Fox's NFL coverage, WWE was sending out the press release about it. So I like that they let Fox do it. I thought it made things seem more important, kind of, instead of just on Raw randomly, hey, we're doing a draft.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes it feel more important, I guess, to me.
Yeah, important in big league.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting the draft on Raw and SmackDown. I don't know how this is going to work as far as if there's going to be a representative from both shows on both shows. Who's going to represent Raw? Who's going to represent SmackDown?
Didn't they already say? But Bischoff and
Those guys are in charge of the writing teams. They're not on there. When they first made the announcement of Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman's new jobs, it said they are not on-screen talent. Now, they could be used for this draft to give it a little more realism, saying, hey, these are the guys in charge of the shows backstage, so they are going to draft their roster for who they get to work with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be weekly on-screen characters, but it's like with the NFL. You don't see the GMs on the sidelines or at most of the games on TV, but you see them at the draft and making their picks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Heyman and Bischoff in that regard could work, but it's going to be weird when SmackDown gets that first pick and Eric Bischoff goes, I want Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman goes, oh fuck.
Oh, fuck. Can't believe you've done this.
So, because that would mean that if you think about it, Bischoff is also drafting Heyman. And didn't we see that before?
Yeah.
But I think, if you think of names that should go to certain brands, switch things up. Braun Strowman needs to go to SmackDown. He's done everything he can on Raw. I think Brock and Wyatt are going to be exempt because Brock's going to be placed on SmackDown as the WWE champion. Bray Wyatt's going to be placed on Raw as the Universal champion. I think that's going to be your exemptions. But as far as everybody else, do you involve NXT? Because remember the last draft in 2016, it was like each brand can draft 3 or 4 NXT people. That was the rule. So do you do something like that again? Or do you keep NXT how it is because they need to keep their roster intact for
Nah, put them in the draft.
For USA?
Put them in the draft. Make them part of the draft. Put Regal up there. You got Bischoff, Regal, and Heyman doing your drafting.
So you're going to have Regal drafting Roman Reigns to NXT?
Boy, oh boy, I would love to see it. But I feel like doing that, fuck, dude, I don't know. I feel like you could.
I don't think
that'd be a great natural way to bring over some, main roster guys that you want to either bring back to NXT or just put on NXT.
True. But here's the thing.
What?
If you look at the description of tonight's episode of NXT on both the network and the USA network, it literally said something like, this is WWE's brand of up-and-comers.
Mm.
So you put, I don't know. Well, I mean, they got Breezango, and they're not up-and-comers anymore.
True. Because
they're on the new T-shirt that came out. They sold some new NXT T-shirts, brand-wise, not just individual guy-wise. And one had just a bunch of, the shots of the wrestlers, and it had Fandango and Tyler Breeze on there. And speaking of NXT T-shirts, have you seen these clip art shirts they put out this week?
Dude, they literally looked like dog shit.
Did you see Luke Harper's response to the shirts?
Nah, what'd he say?
He said, I've been in WWE for 7 years, never had my own shirt. All of a sudden, NXT's on the USA Network, and 155 NXT guys get shirts.
That's insane. That's also bullshit.
So, I think...
Whose did you buy, Henry? I'm interested to know what shirts appealed to you.
The day was like buy one, get one for $1 or something like that. So
They usually do. I love
do
when
that a lot.
love when they do sales.
I love when
Not
they do
anywhere
their-
near my payday.
I love when they do their sales like every week, and they're like, buy one, get one half off, tonight only. And then we get the same thing on SmackDown the next night. And then the next week it's buy one, get one for $1. Like, every week they do sales.
I can appreciate that about them.
But it's like, who do you think, like, if you had to pick 2 guys to go to Raw and 2 guys for SmackDown, who would you pick?
2 guys to go to Raw, 2 guys to go to SmackDown. I would like to just see the Revival fully move over to SmackDown. I'd like to see the New Day go over to Raw. I'd like to see Elias go
Back to Raw already?
back to Raw.
He just moved to SmackDown after Mania, though.
He hasn't done anything.
He did the whole Shane
Yeah, what
McMahon
he did.
stuff.
Yeah, oh boy. Woohoo. Fuck yeah. Can't wait to see more Shane McMahon.
So, here's my question. If Seth loses the belt, do you move him to SmackDown?
Sure.
Because if Seth moves to SmackDown, Becky has to move to SmackDown, which means Becky would have to lose her belt to Sasha.
Well, I think Becky's losing that belt to Sasha anyway.
You do? I don't.
You think they're going to beat Sasha?
In
Shut
Hell in a
up.
Cell?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's a bold decision to make.
I would.
I wouldn't.
I
I'd
think
let
it's-
Sasha win.
I get it. Give her the belt. She overcame everything. She overcame being gone and whatnot. But I think it's too soon.
Nah.
Because you get the sense...
Fine. I think it's personally too soon to put her immediately in the title picture then.
Well,
Because
I said
like,
that when she
Sasha
came
is
back.
a fucking fan favorite, and if you're gonna have her lose another title match, Jesus Christ! Why even keep her away for so long, and why build this whole thing?
Well, keeping her
She's
away was
gonna
her
have
decision.
to win. Well, I know that, but like, why really
No, I
hone
get
in on
you.
the she's back thing if you're gonna make her do the same thing that people like always knew her for?
So here's the
Like her-
thing.
What?
If
Hot potato it.
Well, not what I'm going to say. Are we assuming that her and Bailey are going to be a thing or no?
I'm sure Bailey will get moved to Raw.
Dropping the belt to Charlotte?
Drop the belt to Charlotte, move to Raw, and they will do the storyline of best friends for a couple months, and then Bailey will turn, and then that will be a very, very nice WrestleMania match.
Do you really want to see Sasha and Bailey again, though?
Yeah, fuck yeah. Why not?
I mean, their main I don't know. It's just because
They're
they were
good.
so start and stop on the main
were-
roster, but
Yeah, you know what? I think if they play it out right and they really give it time for this, like, people will realize how, like they're genuinely two good friends, so they will naturally have good chemistry on TV to where
Right.
that heel turn will feel, like, legitimate. I don't know. I see it being a really good Mania match, or at least a Big Four pay-per-view, at least like a SummerSlam,
yeah.
which is August, so that would be a while.
But, I mean, the draft is going to be, October 11th and 14th. Apparently, they want to get celebrities in on this. They want to get, like, personalities from both Fox and NBC Universal to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
To possibly be like, hey, I'm representing SmackDown from Fox. I'm going to come up here and say, with the next pick in the draft, Fox or SmackDown is picking
Fox
so-and-so.
makes their own pick.
You know, Fox is going hard on this advertising.
Good.
I mean, now they're using NASCAR guys to do some of the videos and say, hey, SmackDown's coming to Fox. They're using the NFL guys. They're going all in, and I like it. So we'll see how it goes. The draft, like I said, is October 11th and 14th. Brock is most definitely winning that title on the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't see
No way.
Kofi beating him.
No, God, no.
And if you want to see how this match is going to go on the WWE Network and search Beast in the East.
I watched it.
Kofi versus Brock. Kofi gets killed. That's what's going to happen on the 4th.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's really all we've got for tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap up this summer bitch.
Whoa.
You can follow me on Twitter at armweek21. Follow us on Twitter at PWUnlimited, Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD. Here on the YouTube, Tim, where in fuck can they find you?
You can find me basically everywhere at Timmy Buddy.
Tits up. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. And hey, call your mom.
Also,
Fuck
don't forget.
off. You can't just interrupt it.
Good go.
Go ahead. Not you.
Oh, I was going to say, don't forget this Saturday, your guys' opportunity to win some WWE bobbleheads.
Hell yeah. Win some shit.
Yep.
Thank you guys.
Foco is sponsoring our trivia. We're going to do the live trivia again this coming Saturday. Same time we went live with this show. So hopefully Comcast doesn't fuck us again right in the middle of maybe somebody like trying to answer questions. Hopefully it all goes well. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to literally, before I go live that night, reset my modem. Hopefully that prevents it from having any issues. But Saturday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, we will be doing our live trivia contest. You guys can win some bobbleheads.
Yeah, and before I close out and do my spiel, Mr. Jones is me asks a great question. It's, hey, Tim, why don't you fucking follow me on Twitter, you pussy?
I'm not following you?
No, you're not following me on Twitter.
I always thought I was.
I can't send you DMs. I tried to DM your personal account the other day because I was like, that was the closest thing to me. And I was like, son of a bitch doesn't follow me.
Huh. Probably I'm just used to
evil
with the PWU account.
That's what I was thinking as well. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And remember,
now.
Thank you. Call your mom. She probably misses you. Goodbye.